Yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy RotoBeast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy and Chris. We're here to present you our MLB core plays for Monday, August 10th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below so you can watch all of our MLB, NBA, and NFL videos. If you haven't came and checked out our website here at DfsCheatSheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools that help compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily FanDuel and DraftKings cash lineups. Hey, we're a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So make sure to check out the site here at DfsCheatSheet.com. So what up, fellas? How you guys doing out there?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me on.
Doing good. Hey, Chris, you pretty happy NHL's about to start or what? You were talking about that earlier.
Absolutely. So the round robin tournaments are now done, like the play-in game series and the Stanley Cup playoffs officially start this time tomorrow.
Hey, Chris already has his article up, getting ready, prepared ahead of time for tomorrow. So make sure to check that out on the site. Take advantage of our promo. We got use promo code Restart 2020. You get all access to our site basically for a year for $100. I mean, where are you going to beat that? Definitely a really, really good deal. So check it out, DfsCheatSheet.com. And hey, let's go talk some baseball, fellas. You guys ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
I'll start it off with my core plays for my cash game core plays. Chris will give us his top plays of the day overall in general, and then Jeremy will round us off with his top stacks of the day. So I'm going to start it off with pitcher. I like Lance McCullers going against a young Giants team who hasn't really been too scary to kind of start the restart. McCullers himself, he hasn't necessarily had the best start to the season, but at 8,400, I definitely think this is a bounce back spot for him. Got roughed up against Arizona in Arizona, which is a really good hitting ballpark. I like him today. I just feel really good. He had a really good start. His first start of the year against Seattle. Had a couple kind of rough ones, and then today I think it's going to be a good one for him. So 8,400, I like him, and he allows us to get some really good bats as well. When you got Coors Field on the slate, you definitely want to try to get some kind of exposure there. So I got McCullers at pitcher. Then I'm going to go with my first payout spot. I'm going to go with Nolan Arenado. I like Arenado today, going against a lefty. In Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray's been all over the place this year in Coors Field. You really don't gotta say that, say too much more than that. And you got Arenado who has really good career numbers in a large sample size going against Robbie Ray. 14 for 41, 5 doubles, 5 doubles, 1 triple, 3 homers. The guy sees him well. Definitely think that today's going to be a really good day for Nolan Arenado. Next, I'm going to go to a value play that I'm really liking. I like Howie Kendrick. Last time I talked about Howie Kendrick, he hit a bomb for us. I'm going to go right back to him today, going against Steven Matz. The guy's actually, started the season off pretty well. Batting in that 5-hole, he should get some RBI opportunities at a 2,500 price tag. I think that he's a really easy value play that we can definitely feel pretty comfortable playing. I'm going to go back out there to Colorado. One more guy. I try not to put too much stock into BVP, but when it's big-time numbers, when they got 40, 50 at-bats on somebody, that's when it's a larger sample size. You can kind of take a look at BVP a little bit more and feel really confident. Just like we talked about Nolan Arenado having really good numbers against Robbie Ray, this guy, Charlie Blackmon, absolutely owned Robbie Ray, 20 for 46, almost batting 500 with a double, a triple, 5 bombs, 3 stolen bases. Really, really like Charlie Blackmon today. I think today's the day. Charlie Blackmon's going to have a really, really good day. I think he could definitely get us a home run out there, too, in Coors Field. So definitely think Charlie Blackmon is a really, really good play. To finish it off, I'm going to go with the Oakland A. I think he's a really good value play. You got Marcus Semien, 2,700, batting in that leadoff spot, going against Teheran. Teheran's a guy who's always been a pretty good pitcher, but he's always let long balls go. And I like this reduced price on Semien. He gives you stolen base upside, gives you power upside as well. Hasn't necessarily started the restart on fire, but that's why his price is 2,700. Overall, though, the guy had a really good year last year, and I think that definitely he's going to bounce back. It's a buy low opportunity. I'm going to take a shot with them. So just to kind of quickly sum this up for you guys, I got McCullers at pitcher. We got Howie Kendrick at second base, Nolan Arenado at third base, Charlie Blackmon in the outfield, and then I finished it off with Marcus Semien, 2,700. Really, really good value play. So that's kind of where I'm at with my cash game core for today. I'm going to pass it off to Chris, and he's going to get us going with his top plays of today.
Well said. Good stuff. And to piggyback on what you said with Oakland, I'm trying to target Julio Teheran today. He was built up around six pitches last time out against Seattle, it looks like, if I'm not mistaken. 33 for strikes. He's kind of been a journeyman now all of a sudden, having gone from Atlanta to now LA. I think he might have touched in Chicago for a minute. But I know Jeremy's our stack guys, but I'm allowed to have an opinion too, right, guys? So I love the full stack leading off of what you said, Steph. Simeon first, Chapman second, Olsen third, and Chris Davis fourth. All pretty cheap. As you said, Simeon's $2,700. Chapman is 34 on FanDuel, Olsen's 35, and then Chris Davis with 2,600 points. So moving along, I love G-Man Choi tonight in Boston playing for Tampa Bay. Hopefully he'll lead off tonight. He's going against Ryan Brazier, pitching for Boston tonight. If you noticed, actually, I noticed this halfway through my notes here. I've targeted pitchers that have gotten off to either slow starts or just horrible starts so far. In Brazier, in 4 innings pitched so far, he's got a 9 ERA and well over 2.0 whip tonight. So to me, G-Man Choi leading off. And I also would love like a mini stack, as Jeremy says it, with Austin Meadows tonight against Ryan Brazier. As it stands now, in the DFS cheat sheet optimizer, I don't see Austin Meadows, in the projected lineup, but that doesn't mean that he won't start. So again, like we always say, pay attention to the starting rosters and the lineups right before lock here.
It does update. It updates periodically through the day. So if he's in there, it'll update a little bit later for you.
Absolutely. So it just gives you guys an excuse to either come back to cheat sheet or just spend all day on there looking around. Either way,
we got enough stuff. For sure.
Absolutely. So, again, let's go to Detroit tonight where the White Sox are downtown here. I know Jeremy's going to hit on this. I just want to mention one guy tonight in that lineup. It's a Juan Moncada. Look to batting second tonight. $3,500 on FanDuel. $4,500 on DraftKings. And Michael Fulmer's pitching tonight. Guy hasn't pitched in a year and a half, aside from his first start of the season. It was only 2.2 innings. He hasn't looked right. I don't know what it's going to take. Maybe he needs some time to get back in the swing of things, but he's got an ERA over 12. His whip sits at over 3. I think Chicago absolutely lights him up tonight. It's an exciting game. My Tigers have been on fire the last few games. I'm almost sure Jeremy will touch on it real quick. One more guy I like tonight in Colorado, Christian Walker, playing for Arizona, looks to be batting fifth tonight. $3,400 on FanDuel, $4,300 on DraftKings against John Gray, which, come to find out moments before the show, I thought he was horrible at home, but he's horrible on the road. He's actually been pretty decent, 7-1, Jeremy said to us before we went live, at home tonight. And then real quick, just one little stack. I know Jeremy's not on it, so I'm not stealing anything from him. I love Seattle tonight in Texas against Justin Dunn, the young kid, still finding his spots, finding his balance here on the mound for Seattle. So let's take advantage and stack Texas tonight. Chin-Soo Choo's leading off, $3,200. Nick Solak, $2,800. Rougned Odor, $2,800, and the power bat Gallo leading off for $4K. I could see a scenario where you skip Solak number 2 and you can toss in Willie Calhoun at $2,400 because I know on FanDuel you can only stack 4 players from the same team in all sports alike. So that's what I got for you guys today. A lot to take in. G-Man Choi, Juan Moncada, Austin Meadows, Christian Walker, and then mix and match Oakland bats and the Texas bats tonight. Jeremy, what do you got for us?
I think this is one of the funner slates we've had so far as MLB goes, because first and foremost, I know I give you guys stacks every day, the top teams I think that you should be stacking, that I've got in my tournament lineups, etc. But on top of just stacks today, there's at least 3 games. With the White Sox in Detroit, you take a look at the bullpen ERAs plus the starting pitchers. You hit on Michael Fulmer. He hasn't been great in his first appearance. We already know he's going to be an opener again tonight. Hasn't pitched in a year and a half. You've got Keuchel on the other side of that, who took half the year off last year, did not look great, really hasn't looked like himself since he was back in Houston. So that's a game to me. When you look at the bullpens for both those teams, you've got over a 5 ERA for Detroit with their bullpen. You've got over a 4.5 ERA with Chicago with their bullpen. To me, that's a game that I want to get exposure to both sides of. Is just a game stack. The other game stack that you'll want to look at, obviously, is Coors Field. Yes, John Gray last year 6-2 at home. He's got 3 no decisions at home this year. Actually, he's 0-1 in 3 starts this year at Coors Field, but he's only given up 5 runs in 12 innings, and the strikeout numbers aren't there. So Gray's not a guy that I want to get necessarily target tonight from a pitching standpoint. But I'm not sure Arizona is a team that I really want to go after as a single stack. I'd rather get a game stack or a mini stack with Arizona and Colorado. Lastly, I think Oakland and the Angels, anytime we talk about rivalry games like Boston and New York, the Dodgers and the Giants, there's going to be games out there when you've got 2 teams in the same division where it's kind of a rivalry game. There's going to be a lot of runs scored. I think tonight's that opportunity to get a game stack of that game as well. So that's 3 games that I think you need to stack up outside of if you're max entering a GPP, just the regular teams you kind of want to get exposure to. Let's go to contrarian. I think that's why this slate is fun as well. Dustin May, I'll start there. Dustin May, really good start against San Diego his last time out. The strikeout of Manny Machado went viral with the 2-seam fastball that looked like it just ran all the way. It made Machado look silly. It kind of looked like it defied gravity. And I think that start with the AKs is fresh in people's mind. The price tag, yes, it increased, but he's still $7,500 on a slate that's got Coors Field on it. So I expect May in tournaments at least to be somewhat popular. Let's talk about the Padres. First of all, they don't have a high K rate. That was kind of an outlier game. You take a look at the K rate for the Padres against right-handed pitching, it's only 23.7. But on the flip side of that this year, they've got over a 235 ISO against right-handed pitching. And your boy, Steph's boy, Fernando Tatis, this guy has a 98.6 average exit velocity on over 100 pitches this year against right-handed pitching. Just why exit velocity is so important. 95 is kind of the benchmark for you to hit the ball out of the yard. Anything over 95, it has to catch your eye as long as it's not, just one contacted ball. But for me, that's a great opportunity to be contrarian. And then Steph mentioned it before we came on, the Mets are another place to be contrarian. Anytime you've got a guy like Patrick Corbin with high upside, and you've got a guy like Michael Conforto that has the BVP he has, plus 176 is not a terrible ISO against left-handed pitching and only a 23% K rate. Taryn's already Taryn, I'm looking at Julio Teheran right now, and what we said we had 2 different pronunciations. I think you said Taryn and Steph said it like Teheran or something like that. So I was looking at that. Anyway, I think that's a really good place to be. Those are the 2 best spots, in my opinion, to be contrarian. And then from a pitching standpoint, I'm going to be contrarian tonight with Doback going against Milwaukee. Milwaukee, a 30.1 K percentage this year against right-handed pitching. That's elite as far as if you're pitching against somebody with a team with a 30.1 K percentage. Their ISO is only 130 this year against right-handed pitching, and it's really one guy that's got good numbers, and that's Keston Huron, who's had a really good year so far anyway. So I don't have to tell you to stack Coors Field. I thought I'd give you more of a from 30,000 feet view of the slate. My favorite stack of the day is the Dodgers. I don't think it's updated on FanDuel. Maybe it's updated on DraftKings, but Luis Perdomo is the guy that's going to start. Richards is going to get moved to tomorrow. Perdomo is an absolute gas can. The Dodgers are a team we don't have to talk about their lineup. And then I do think you want to get exposure against the Nationals, and you start with Howie Kendrick right there. I think you covered him, Steph, with what he's done. He's got over 100-mile-per-hour average exit velocity against left-handed pitching. This is a familiar matchup, division game. They've already got on mats. Kendrick hit a home run on mats, so I think we had him in our cash game lineup last week when they played each other. So that's kind of where I'm at for this slate. I think it's going to be a really fun slate. I think there's an opportunity to really go against the grain and be contrarian and have some success with that tonight.
For sure. So I think that's really where we're at with our course for today. If you guys do want a more in-depth analysis on today's slate, make sure to check out the site, DFSCheatSheet.com. And hey, good luck on you guys' contest tonight, all right? Peace out.